Chapter 355. Little Gold Curses. Pretending, Zhao Wuji bristled. On the contrary, it was Dao Yi, who was staring at Bai Wuxian with a deadly stare. His eyes suddenly shrunk, and he said in a deep voice, "Have you comprehended the second layer of the soul arcane mysteries?" When these words came out, Zhao Wuji's eyes stared, his face filled with gravity. "Don't you guys know if you try it? Huh." Bai Wuxian sniffed and smiled coldly. This time he rarely coughed. As his words fell, Dao Yi and Zhao Wuji's faces were filled with gravity. A faint white light emanated from Dao Yi's body. Zhao Wuji's body emanated a piercing golden light. The two of them deadlocked on Bai Wuxian. A tense atmosphere gradually filled the entire space. Suddenly, two black and white rays of light shot out from Bai Wuxian's eyes, and in midair, a Taiji diagram was formed. Dao Yi and Zhao Wuji were instantly on guard. "Demon God from the dark abyss, please listen to my call." A low voice came out from Bai Wuxian's mouth, and a mysterious power filled the entire space. On top of a black and white air current, Bai Wuxian stepped onto the Taiji diagram, and immediately, around him, a skull head with white bones was presented. "Evil devil of the ancient times, evil soul of the ancient times, with your curse, break the light in front of you, let the darkness cover the earth, An evil sacrificial speech fell, and the sky was instantly covered in dark clouds, thunder and lightning flashed, and a supreme evil aura enveloped the entire heaven and earth. "Cursed art, you really are a cursed body." Dao Yi's eyes stared, and in his eyes, a brilliant aura blossomed. He let out a low gulp, and immediately displayed his soul arcana as a powerful blade of the soul, cut down through the layers of emptiness towards Bai Wuxian to the top of the Taiji diagram. It was a transparent white blade that was impossible to see with the naked eye, and even divine thoughts could only see a trace of the trajectory. What a powerful soul attack! When Zhao Wuji saw this flash of the soul blade, the cold hairs on his back rose, and he had a creepy feeling. Soul attacks were the most difficult to defend against, as this kind of attack ignored the defenses of the physical body. Otherwise, it would have been impossible for Zhuanggang to have been heavily injured by a single strike before. Zhao Wuji wasn't sure he could block this move. However, Bai Wuxian, who was on the Taiji diagram, was very calm. He smiled coldly, and from within his black robe, he stretched out a pale palm and grabbed the soul blade above his head in the shocked gazes of Zhao Wuji and Dao Yi. Thud, space shattered, and this bizarre soul blade was thus gently crushed by Bai Wuxian, turning into starlight and dissipating into nothingness. Cough. Bai Wuxian seemed to be not feeling well either, as he coughed violently, his icy cold eyes gazing at Dao Yi, faintly praising, only less than 40 years old, above the soul arcane mysteries. You already have such a comprehension, worthy of being the heavenly Dao sect's first genius. After saying that, Bai Wuxian paused for a moment and pointed a finger at Dao Yi. The light in his eyes exploded as he shouted, "You also receive a move from me, Heavenly Ghost Soul Devouring." A heavenly ghost devouring soul was offered. A black and white pillar of light shot up into the sky, running through the entire Taiji diagram, through Bai Wuxian's body, and into the dark clouds above the dome of the sky. Roar! Within the dark clouds, a ghostly cry came out abruptly. Immediately, an eerie portal slowly opened, which was draped by an eerie demonic aura, and inside was endless darkness, with a burst of harsh ghostly hissing coming from it. Suddenly, a pale palm stretched out from within the dark portal through the endless darkness. In the next moment, a deathly black shadow, came out and rushed towards Dao Yi. Dao Yi naturally would not be attacked for nothing. He drank slowly. His entire body emitted a blazing white light, as if burning a white flame. The black shadow collided with the white flame, and immediately issued a snorting sound, and then hissed miserably. Per snort. Dao Yi suffered from the impact of the black shadow and violently blushed and spewed out a mouthful of blood. He took a deep look at Bai Wuyan on the Taiji diagram. Then he tore through the void and turned to leave. GG. The black shadow laughed morosely and also tore through the void, chasing after Daoyi. However, soon after, a miserable roar came from the shattered space, followed by half of the black shadow's body, which was shredded by the space, and landed on the ground, transforming into dead air that escaped. Good one, Daoyi. Bai Wuxian, who was on the Taiji diagram, couldn't help but praise as his eyes shrunk. Before his words fell, a golden figure **** came, carrying an invincible battle intent that pounced on his face. Your soul arcana is very powerful, but I don't know how about physical defense. Zhao Wuji blasted his fist. Blazing light shooting out around him like a golden sun, dispelling the surrounding darkness. The metaphysics of gold. AHEM ... wall of darkness. Bai Wuxian's eyes narrowed. Then he let out a low roar, and the entire Taiji diagram trembled violently as a grey curtain of light wrapped him firmly. At the same time, Zhao Wuji's fist fiercely blasted on top of this grey light curtain. The curtain of light trembled, and then rolling fluctuations spread out in all directions. Bai Wuxian's face changed, and a crack began to appear in the Taiji diagram under his feet. 10,000 ghosts devouring souls, Bai Wuxian roared, and around the Taiji diagram, a morphing portal appeared steeply, and a terrifying hissing sound came out from within. Zhao Wuji's face changed slightly. Then he laughed and said, "Worthy of being a cursed body, Bai Wuwang ... will fight again in the future." After saying that, he tore through the void and instantly moved away. Bai Wuxian glanced at Zhao Wuji with hatred, then waved his hand and revoked the surrounding Moroi portal. Boom! At the same time, the Taiji diagram under his feet shattered apart and turned into starlight, dissipating into thin air. Bai Wuxian's face was a bit ugly as he stared at Zhao Wuji's departing direction and said grimly, "The first layer of the first great circle of the arcane mysteries of gold ... The arcane mysteries of gold is known as the #1 arcane mysteries of attack. It's really extraordinary, especially since he's also born with a battle body, and amongst the outbreathing stage great circle strengths, his physical attack power is definitely the strongest of all. Zhao Wuji, I'll remember you, humph." Bai Wuxian snorted coldly and instantly moved away. A battle of outbreathing stage great perfection powerhouses came to an end, and the sea of misty stars returned to calm. And at this moment, at the exit place of the misty star sea, 3 figures rushed out from the strange mist. It was Kang Xia, Zijin, and Fan Din. Finally out. Still the air outside is good. Little Gold breathed heavily, a feeling of refreshing. Let's go. Let them continue wandering around in the sea of misty stars. Kang Xia glanced at the misty star sea behind him and said, "Hey, brother, didn't you say that you want to seek revenge on Zhuanggang?" Little Gold sniffed with a surprised face. Without the need for Kang Xia to explain, Brahma Din, who was on the side, laughed. "We've already exited the sea of misty stars, so I think we'll immediately be known by Zhuanggang, and he'll come after us at that time. So why do we need to go searching for him?" "I see." Little Gold drifted off. "Let's go." Kang Xia took out a black treasure ship and jumped on it first. Little Gold hurriedly followed. "Good boat." Brahma's heart's eyes lit up as he stared at the treasure ship with a look of admiration. This treasure ship, Kang Xia had seized it from Ling Hongblood, and with Ling Hongblood's status in the poison sect, this kind of treasure ship must be extraordinary, and it was considered to be top-notch in the orthodox devil battlefield. Rumble, the huge treasure ship, rising up across the sky, exuded powerful energy fluctuations, instantly attracting the attention of some hidden cultivators from both the righteous and devil sects in the distance. Kang Chon's 3 people swept their divine thoughts and instantly realized that outside the misty star sea, There were many cultivators from both the righteous and devilish sects hidden, seemingly monitoring the entire Misty Star Sea. Kang Qiao is not an idiot, and instantly knew why these people were here, and thought that they must be from the righteous and devilish sects, in order to monitor him. Little brats of the devil's path, my brother Kang Qiao has come out. If you are not afraid of death, come over to die. The dawn-breaking immortal order is on us. Zijin suddenly yelled, scaring the Brahma heart next to him. You're too high profile. Brahma heart looked at the smug little gold with a speechless face. With this shout out from little gold, the strongest of the righteous and devilish paths knew that Kang Qiao had already left the Sea of Misty Stars, and thought that he would immediately come after him. Brahma's heart was a little worried. After all, it was hard to beat 4 hands with 2 fists, if the strongest of the devil's path were to unite. Even if Kang Qiao's strength reached the great circle of the out-of-body stage, it would be difficult for him to resist. After all, many ants can bite an elephant. It's fine. I can escape even if I can't beat them. The current me. No one in the King's Land can stay. Kang Qiao, however, said with a face that didn't care, full of confidence. Brother is going to become famous in one battle this time. Let's see if those guys in the future still dare to come after us. Little Gold grinned. Dare I say that these 2 brothers were playing this note? Van Dim was speechless. He felt that he couldn't keep up with these 2 brothers' thoughts. Just as Kang Qiao's trio left on the boat, the powerful members of the righteous and demonic paths, who were guarding the surroundings of the Misty Star Sea's exit, were all shocked by Zijin's loud roar. What? Kang Qiao has come out. Quickly inform eldest brother that Kang Qiao has come out. How dare they be so high profile? They really aren't afraid of death. Hurry up and notify the clan to grab the Dawnbreaker Immortal Order. One by one, cultivators, whether they were from the righteous path or the demonic path, all quickly pulled out their communication jade slips and began to pass on the news. Those powerful people from the righteous and devil paths who were searching for Kang Qiao in the Sea of Misty Stars also received the news at the first opportunity and came out from within the Sea of Misty Stars. A went out. He even dared to go out. In the Misty Star Sea, Zhuanggang, who had been injured by Dao Yi's strike, was recovering from his injuries in a dark valley. But he didn't want to suddenly receive a message from one of the 10,000 Demon Hall disciples. Kang Qiao had left the Misty Star Sea and was still strutting out. When Zhuanggang learnt of this news, he couldn't help but be stunned, and then he hurriedly took out the Zhuan Heavenly Mirror and probed Kang Qiao's whereabouts on it. Sure enough, Kang Qiao had already left the Sea of Misty Stars, and had only left a short while ago. Good guts. This time, I'll see how you can still escape. Humph. A morose smile immediately appeared in Zhuanggang's eyes. Although he didn't know why Kang Qiao had left the Misty Star Sea, no matter what, this was good news for him. As long as there was no blockage from these damned fogs, with the Zhuan Heavenly Mirrors probing, Kang Qiao would not be able to escape from him. As for Dao Yi's warning, Zhuanggang smiled disdainfully. Although he admittedly wasn't Dao Yi's opponent, it was impossible for the other party to kill him. There was no way he would give up on killing Kang Qiao just because of Dao Yi's threat. After all, the dawn-breaking immortal order was something he was determined to obtain. We have to contact a few other senior brothers to assist, otherwise it won't be good if this brat escapes into the Sea of Misty Stars again. Zhuanggang pondered for a while, then took out some communication jade slips and delivered a few messages. This time, he had become smarter, knowing that his instantaneous transfer was no match for Kang Qiao, and in order to prevent Kang Qiao from escaping, he only had to contact a few other Demon Hall powerhouses to blockade Kang Qiao together. After passing on the message, Zhuanggang smiled grimly and left the Sea of Misty Stars, chasing after Kang Qiao. At the same time, the other powerhouses in the Sea of Misty Stars also learnt of Kang Qiao, leaving the Sea of Misty Stars from their respective sect masters and brothers. So one by one, They left the sea of misty stars. What a restless fellow. Wuxia cursed as he walked out of the misty star sea. Looking at the sky not far away, a cold light flashed in his eyes. But it's good. Leaving the misty star sea, I'll see how you can escape the pursuit of the strongest members of the Devil's Path. Hey hey. Saying that, his figure disappeared, following the information left behind by the Heavenly Dao Sect's disciples. He chased after them in the direction of Kangcha.